Shalom and welcome to Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna, and this is Lesson 8 for Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew. With this lesson, we'll actually conclude your knowledge of all of the letters of the alphabet. This particular chapter deals with the 5 final forms of 5 of the letters. And with that, that'll complete the Hebrew alphabet. The last 2 chapters will deal with vowels and unusual vowel forms. And again, it's the last 2 chapters are ones that I sometimes skip over or spend very little time with. We'll talk about why as we get into that. But right now, let's finish chapter 8 and the Hebrew alphabet. Once again, reminding you now that you know the alphabet. It's very important to continue to practice on your own. There's a couple of ways to practice. One is by reading anything you can in Hebrew. Again, understanding won't be there, but to be able to read slowly but accurately is important to keep that practice going. And don't be concerned if your reading is slow. It will be. The only way that it's going to speed up really is with vocabulary or with memorization. But vocabulary is and grammar would be the next step in learning more about Hebrew, and that is something I'll give you some information about in the last 2 chapters as we finish it up. But the other way is to listen to the alphabet song, just as you learn the alphabet with a song. Alphabet has Its Song by Debbie Friedman. There are several versions of an alphabet song. This one is my favorite, and again, I'll put a link in the description so that you have an opportunity to watch it. But just remember that this is a great way to keep practicing the alphabet. Here's the review of everything we've learned so far. The 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. We have Alef, Bet, Vet, without the Dagesh, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yad or Yud, Kaf, Chaf, without the Dagesh, the dot, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pei, Fei without the Dagesh, Tzadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin and Sin. This one is Sin, Shin, Tav, and Tav without the Dagesh. So if you take some time now, stop the video and go ahead and practice these reading with the vowels across and review the vowels that we've learned as well. And then we'll continue. So let's read across. We have A, Be, Vi, Go, Da, Ha, Ve, Zi, Cho, Te, Ya, Ko, Che, Lo, Ma, Ni, So, I, Pe, Fo, Tsa, Ke, Ru, Su, Sho, She, Tu, and Tu. Go ahead and practice on your own if you need to, and then we'll continue. Here are the 5 final forms. Sofit in Hebrew, S-O-F-I-T, Sofit forms, the final forms of 5 of the Hebrew letters. And as we go across, we have the Chaf Sofit, the Mem Sofit, the Nun Sofit, the Fe Sofit, and the Tzadi Sofit. These forms will only appear at the end of a word, and otherwise they will be in their normal forms. And we'll take a look at something here that might help you to recognize them. 4 of the 5 forms should be pretty simple to recognize. The thing to acknowledge or to know about them is that all you're going to do is stretch the bottom of the regular letter down, and you get the Sofit form. So as you see here, you have the Kaf, or the Chaf without the dagesh. Bring down the bottom, and you have the Chaf Sofit. Okay? Same thing with the Nun. Same thing with the Tzadi. Same thing with the Fe. The only one that doesn't do that is the Mem final form. You have open, an open letter kind of with the bottom open in the regular form. And here you have a very solid bottom foundation in the final form. Okay, so again, this is the only one that you might not recognize based on what the top looks like. So again, the Chaf has the same or very similar top as the Chaf. The Nun Sofit, similar top to the Nun. The Tzadi Sofit, similar top to the Nun to the Tzadi. And the Fe Sofit, the Fe Sofit, similar top to the Fe. All right. So those are the final forms. Again, the other way to recognize them is that they are longer. They go below the line. They're longer than the other letters. And again, they appear only at the end of a word. So all of that is true for everything but the Mem. But again, just recognize that if you see a longer form at the end, chances are it is a Sofit letter. And just try and recognize the original letter from the top of the form. Okay? So spend some time with this and look at it, go through it, and we'll continue on. We're going to do some practice here reading the letters as we always do, but I do want to point out a couple of things. One is because these are final letters, the chances are very remote that you will ever see vowels under those letters. But one letter in particular, the Chaf Sofit, you will often see 2 vowels appear, and this is where they'll appear. And that is the Kamatz, the Ah sound. And then another form that I don't show here because we'll be studying it in the next chapter. You'll see 2 dots, one on top of the other in here called the Shava, and that is a silent vowel or a silent sound at any rate. And so you wouldn't pronounce it at any rate. But this one you would pronounce as Cha, Cha. Okay, so again, as we read across, know that the vowels are put in here just to give you an opportunity to practice the sound of the letters, and but otherwise you most likely won't see vowels in the final or after the final form, because generally there are no vowels at the end of a Hebrew word. So go ahead and stop the video, practice on your own, and we'll be back. All right, so let's practice the Chaf Sofit. CH is in Bach. Reading across, we have Cha, 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 Che, Che, Chi, Chi, Cho, Cho, Chu, Chu, Chi, Chi, Cho, Cho, Chu, chu, che, che. Next is the mem sophite, the M as in me. Ma, 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 me, 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 mo, mo, mu, mu, me, me, mo, mo, mu, mu, may, may. And then we have the nun sophite, N as in nice. Na, 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 ne, ne, ni, ni, no, no, nu, nu, ni, ni, no, no, nu, nu, nay, nay. And notice these two letters, the chaf sophite and the nun sophite, look similar, but the nun sophite has a much shorter top than the chaf sophite. Okay, go ahead and practice these again on your own as you need to. We'll finish up this section here. All right, and finishing up with the fe sophite and the tzadit sophite. Go ahead and stop the video and practice on your own. We'll come back and read through it together. All right, and continuing on now, we have the fa, 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 fe, fe, fi, fi, fo, fo, fu, fu, fo, fo, fu, fu, fe, fe. And the tzadit sophite, TS is in nuts, ts. So we have tsa, 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 tse, tse, tsi, tsi, tso, tso, tsu, tsu, tso, tso, tsu, tsu, tse, tse. All right, practice on your own. We'll be continuing on after that. So returning to your books now, we have these 5 forms that we've just learned. This is the chaf, the mem, the nun, the fe, and the tzadi. In their final forms, we have the chaf sophite, the mem sophite, the nun sophite, the fe sophite, and the tzadit sophite. And generally speaking, for 4 of the 5 anyway, you're just going to bring down the base and straighten it out. 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 It's all about the base, as they say. So practice, get familiar with the look of these letters, and then we'll have some other opportunities to practice. And as mentioned before, the normal form of the letter, chaf, as in Bach, is used at the beginning and in the middle of words. So we have here cha mo cha, or sha chav, but the final form is only used at the end of words. And here's what I was talking about, the shava that you'll sometimes see in the chaf sophite, which is silent, so you just basically ignore it. So here we have lach, and here we have elech, elech. So both are pronounced in the same way, and the final form can usually or many times is written with the 2 dots inside it. Those are called the shava, and they have no sound. Sometimes the vowel kamatz appears inside the final form, and that's pronounced cha. And here's some practice with the mem. Again, it can appear at anywhere in the letter in its normal form, anywhere in the word in its normal form, except at the end. At the end, it always appears in its final form. So here we have ma, tsa, and shomer. Final form, we have aim. We have ba-nim. Both are pronounced M as in mother. And again, just like the others, the nun can appear anywhere in the word except at the end in its regular form, and at the end it's always going to be in its final form. Examples, na, ta, nata, or sha, na, shana. Final form, we have ben and amen, or amen, amen. We generally say amen in English, amen. Excuse me. So both pronounced N as in now in either form. Fe, so, feet, the F sound, as in food. Anywhere in the word but the end, we have nafal or shofar. And the final form, same sound, the same F sound, but only at the end of a word. Af and kanaf, both pronounced F as in food. Tsadi in its normal form, tsa, va, ra, tsa, and in final form, only at the end of a word, eretz and eitz, both pronounced TS as in nuts. So now time to practice. Stop the video, try it on your own, come back, we'll read it together. Okay, let's read through. Here we have kach, bach, bacha, bacha, lach, sik, alecha, alecha, alecha. I don't think we've seen this combination before. But it can appear this way, and essentially it lengthens that vowel. It almost becomes an a, but not quite. So alecha, alecha. Okay. Beitech, beitech. Line 2. Mim. Mayim, mayim. Im. Emek, emek. Lahem, lahem. Lechem, lechem. Haim. Line 3. Nun. Mina, mina, or mina. Ben. Aden, Aden. Gan Eden, Garden of Eden. Haman, Haman. Boo. In the Purim story, you're always supposed to boo when you hear the name for Haman. Neder, neder. Nelech, nelech. Line 4. Paf. So here you see the original pay with the dagesh, P sound, and then the fe sofit at the end, so P and F together, paf. Pe, rek, perek, daf, ka, naf, kanaf, lef, elef, pu, rim. Speaking of the Purim story, Purim. Okay, go ahead and practice on your own. We'll continue. So now I have some more lookalikes. Again, the ch with the silent shava and the cha. The only difference, obviously, is the vowels, but you can mistake the chaf sofit for the dalet. It has a very similar top to it. But again, the dalet does not go below the line. The sofits go below the line, generally speaking. Okay, so that's a distinction there. Also, the final mem form is very similar to the samech. Difference being that the mem has a sturdier base. Okay, the mountain is firm, whereas the samech has a small base. And then the nun sofit and the vav can look very similar, but the nun sofit goes below the line, the vav does not. So look that over for a bit. And here's the way you write the sofit letters, so practice with that. And then we'll continue looking at the exercises. As always, we've skipped several of the writing exercises and getting into the heart of it here with exercise 7. We're going to have a lot more exercises in this last section here. And so just do as well as you can. Remember, just take it a syllable at a time and then see if you can put the word together so that it flows. But again, your main concern here as you read across is just recognizing one consonant, one vowel, or one consonant, vowel, and its final consonant, and putting those together, one syllable at a time, one syllable at a time. So go ahead and do your best, read across, and practice on your own, and then we'll come back, read together. All right, let's read line 1. Et, shame. Ha, me, lech, hamelech. Ha, ga, dol, hagadol. Ha, gi, bor, hagibor. Line 2. Ka, dosh, kadosh. Hu, ku, lam, kulam. Sha, ma, yim, shamayim. Ze, mi, ze, mize. Line 3. Baruch, baruch. Me, lech, melech. Ha, o, lam, haolam. 3 vowels, 3 syllables. Ha-olam, ha-olam. Yo-tzer, yotzer. Or. Line 4. U, vo, re. Ouvrez. Choshech. Choshech. And again, there's no vowel under here, so you know you have to look up and see if there's a vowel here, and there indeed is the O sound. But since there's no other dot anywhere on this letter, you know that this is doing double duty as the O as well as the shin marker. So Choshech. Choshech. Okay. O se. So here you have the other situation where in some print this dot you might not be able to tell if it's over the shin or not, but you know that it isn't because the ayin has to have a vowel with it. So you know that that vowel must be the O, that dot must be the O vowel going with the ayin, and then this dot is making this into a sin rather than shin. So O se, O se. Shalom, word should be familiar to you, shalom. U vo re, uvore. Line 5, et ha kol ha meir, ha meir la aretz, la aretz a le ha, aleha. Line 6, mo ta mid cha dash al tzion, tzion ta'ir, ta'ir. Okay. And just to point out a few things to you, I mentioned that generally speaking, at the end of a Hebrew word, you won't find a vowel. But we do see some exceptions here. These are all Hebrew words. We have the aleha here, the vowel at the end. We have this you'll often see, the vav vowels at the end of a word, either as O or U. But those would be the exceptions. Generally speaking, there's no vowel under the final letter in a word. Okay, so practice on your own, and then we'll continue. Now we'll do lines 7 through 12, exercise 7. This is page 65 in your book. And I'll let you practice first, and come back. We'll do it together, and then you can practice on your own. So go ahead and stop the video. Okay, line 7. Bachar, bachar. Banu, banu. Mikal, mikal. Ha-a-mim, ha-amim. Natan, natan. Line 8. La-nu, lanu. Et. To-ra-to, torato. No-tain, notain. Ha-to-ra, ha-torah. Line 9. Ner, shel, Shabbat. Ner shel Shabbat. The lights of Shabbat. Or the flame, the candle of Shabbat at any rate. Anu, Shira, Shira, Ra, Ba, Rabba. Line 10. Mi, Ka, Mo, Cha, Kamocha, Ba, Kodesh, Bakodesh, Ose, Ose, Fe, Le, Ose, Fele. Mi kamocha bakodesh ose fele. Line 11. Excuse me. Ka, tuv, kakatuv, al, yad, mi, pi, nu, mi pinu, lo, ya, mush, yamush. Line 12. Be, ni, beni, ot, he, ki, she, shet, sheshet, ya, meme, yamim. Okay, practice on your own. All right, exercise 8, lines 1 through 6. Go ahead and work with it a little bit, and then we'll come back, do it together. Stop the video. All right, so here we have Eden, Alef, Adom, Eretz, Akum, and Ach. Line 2. Banim, Baruch, Beged, Bikesh, Baal, Bam. Line 3. Gan, Gadol, Goren, Gomel, Gam, Gefen, God. Line 4. Derech, Dorot, Dalim, Damim, Darash. Line 5. Holech, Haran, Harim, Hain, Hadaf, Hu. Line 6. Va, ye, lech, vayelech. Lots of dots here, it gets confusing. But 2 tseres in a row, A. So va, ye, lech. Va, ya, kam, vayakam. Vai o mer, vayomer. Vi, actually vi because this does double duty, but vi e gosh, vayigash. Va lach, valach. We'll see some of these unusual vowels that we haven't really covered in I think, the last chapter that we look at. But again, that dagesh gives you two Y's essentially in this word. So the first Y is going to go with the vowel and lengthen this to I. So vi. The second vowel goes with this, or second consonant goes with this vowel. So vi and then ye. Gosh, vayi gosh. Okay? Go ahead and practice on your own, and we'll come back. Okay, line 7 through 11. And again, hang in there. There's a lot more exercises in this chapter, but this is the last chapter that you'll get to practice with all of the letters and vowels. So it's good practice. Just take your time, set your own pace. But just try your best to get through it, and we'll let you practice on your own to begin with, and then I'll come back. We'll do it together, and then you'll have an opportunity then to continue working with it until it's comfortable with you. Go ahead and stop the video. Okay, reading across line 7. Zera, zera. Team, zetim, zulato, zulato, zimer, zimer, zamam, zamam, and zaz. Line 8. Ref, choref, geen, chametz, chala, chala, chafetz, chafetz, chutz, cham. Line 9. Tahor, tahor, tovim, tovim, tabaat, tabaat, tarof, tarof, tameh, tameh. Line 10. Yom, yayin, yayin, yoetz, yoetz, yashav, yashav, Yonah, Yonah. This is the prophet Jonah. Yach, Yam. Line 11. Cain, Kanaf, Kanaf. Kesef, Kesef. Kohen, Kohen. Kikar, Kikar. Kulo, Kulo. Kaf. Okay, practice on your own. All right, exercise 8, lines 12 through 17, page 67 in your book. Practice on your own, and we'll come back. Okay, line 12. Lechem, lechem. Lachen, lachen. Levi, Levi, le, vav, levav, la, chem, lachem, lach, li. Line 13. Melech, melech, magain, magain, mayim, mayim, min, makom, makom, masus, masos, masos. So masos, masos. Line 14. Natan, Natan, nasa, nasa, nachash, nachash, nicham, nicham, negef, negef, nika, nika, ner. Line 15. Sur, sur, sach, sach, sof, sof, sapir, sapir, sukot, sukot, seter, seter. Line 16. Eitz, im, ayin, 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 erech, erech, eved, eved, etzem, etzem. Line 17. Peretz, peretz, panayich, panayich, pikud, pikud, paam, paam, purim, 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 of course, Purim. Okay, go ahead and practice on your own, and we'll continue. And finally, finishing up, exercise 8, lines 18 through 23. I'll let you practice first, and then we'll do it together. Go ahead and stop the video. Okay, let's look at it. Line 18, we have Tzion, Tzion, Tzafon, Tzafon, Tzara, Tzara, Tzon, Tzon, Tzelem, Tzelem, Tzoref, Tzoref. Line 19. Kedem, Kedem. Kum. Katon, Katon. Kibbutz, Kibbutz. Another word that might sound familiar to you. Kibbutz, Kibbutz. Kayin, Kayin. Kav, Kav. Line 20. Rachatz, Rachatz. Rechem, rechem, rabim, ra, rosh, ram. Line 21. Seich, saraf, saneh, sim, sachak, seir. 22. So here you have to do some thinking through this. Okay, so there's no vowel under here. This can't be the vowel, so this must be it. So this must be the dot for the shin. So we have show, el. Show, el. Here we have sha'an. Shavatz. Shadin. Shave. And shuf. 23. Toren, tokef, tamim, toch, toda. Okay, practice these on your own, and then we'll close up the chapter. So these are the words that you might have recognized, or you can go back and look for in the exercises. These are the vocab words for this particular chapter. So we have Baruch, blessed, Gadol, big, Geffen, vine, Yayin, wine, the fruit of the vine, Cain, which is yes. We also, I noticed in there, I think we've had this before, but lo is no, so we have Cain and lo, yes and no, or Cain v lo, all in Hebrew, which means yes and no. Melech, which is king, Eitz, which is tree, and Tzion, which is Zion. So go ahead and, if you want to, again, take your time with these. Look back, look for these words and any other words that might be familiar to you. And you can begin your own vocabulary list if you want to, using the words that we've had here. But at any rate, that's not the goal of this lesson, of this book. It's simply to learn to read the letters. But there are vocabulary words that you can try and pick up if you want to do that with this. And of course, don't forget learning hints and suggestions, the last section of this chapter. And that's going to conclude lesson 8. And now you have all of the Hebrew letters and their final forms and their Begad Kafat forms. All of that is now at your disposal. So the best thing now, as I mentioned before, a couple of things. One is be sure and go and find Hebrew writings. You can do that on Sefaria.org. There's a link in the first chapter to Sefaria.org. Again, lots of the Hebrew, of course, the Hebrew Bible is there and many other Hebrew scripts with their English translation in many cases. So it's a good place to go to practice your Hebrew, practice reading, practice recognizing the words, etc., to go through it. And then just any kind of reading that you can do. The other form of practice that I highly recommend, as I've mentioned before, is to take an English phrase, an English very short story, something in English, and write it out using Hebrew letters and vowels. Again, you're just going to be duplicating the sound, not the letters in the English word, just the sound. So it's a great way to really practice the sounds of the letters, because if you get it right, it'll sound like the word. If you don't, it won't. So that's a very great way to practice here at the beginning, to get your familiarity up with the recognizing the Hebrew letters and vowels. And then also listen to the Alef Bet song in whatever version you want to listen to it in, and until you can just on your own sing the song even without looking at it, because you'll have got the letters down. And as you sing the song on your own, again, once you move away from the YouTube video, so here we go. Alef bet vet, Alef bet vet, Gimel Dalet hey, Gimel Dalet hey. As you go through that, then, as you say Alef bet vet, see the letter in your mind. See the Aleph, see the bet, see the vet. And then maybe even trace it out with your fingers. Aleph, bet, with the dot in the middle, and vet without the dot in the middle. And that's another great way to practice. And of course, finally, the time-honored way to practice is to write. So write your letters across on a page and go Aleph, 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 Aleph. And do that with all of the letters, and then put vowels underneath them. So then you go with the Aleph, you might have an A, you might have an E, you might have an O, you might have an U, and then practice your vowels as well by putting them under the letters. But it takes time, and that's what this is about. It's not learning a new language is not easy, but I think I think you will agree with me that it's not that hard to begin to learn the Hebrew alphabet, and we've done it here in 8 hours, essentially 8 lessons that we've gone through. So it's there for you now. And as I say, from here on, the last 2 chapters are almost optional. Although if you're going to go on with grammar, you might as well learn them. But the last 2 chapters we're going to deal with several forms of vowels and unusual vowel sounds, and then we're also going to deal with syllables and recognizing how to break up the Hebrew words. So all of that is to come in lesson 9 and 10. But essentially at this point you're done. You've learned the alphabet. Congratulations! Thanks for sharing this time. Hope to see you again in chapter 9. Otherwise, enjoy your time. Shalom.